Hello everyone, welcome to your weekly forecast for Monday, June 21st through Sunday, June 27th. There are only a few major aspects this week, but I have to mention that the sun does move into Cancer in the middle of the night, okay, on the 21st, and Venus moves into Leo on the 27th, and there's a full moon in Capricorn on the 24th. Okay, but the full moon is covered in, well, actually all of these things are covered in your monthly forecast, so check out my monthly forecast while you're at it. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell there. You'll be notified every time I upload something. And check out my Ask Me a Question. It's in the description below there. There's a link also to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done. So, anyways, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer trines Neptune in Pisces, and on Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer trines Jupiter in Pisces, and on the same day, Venus in Cancer opposes Pluto in Capricorn. So these really nice aspects from Cancer to Pisces. Actually, water to water creates the trine, and then the opposition from Venus to Pluto in Capricorn, which is Cancer's opposite sign. So anyways, okay, for Aries, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 4th house trines Neptune transiting in Pisces in your 12th house. So having Venus in your 4th house of your home life, your actual home where you live, your family, your personal life, the people you live with, your past, all kinds of fun things. Having Venus here means that you're having pleasant times, let's say, within a home setting. If you are romantically involved with anyone right now, that's probably where most of these romantic times are happening, or fun times. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. Venus denotes fun also. So pleasant times within a home setting. So maybe your own or someone else's, or maybe even hitting some kind of family reunion, or even just like a house party somewhere. Anyways, trine to your Neptune in your 12th house of behind the scenes occurrences and actions by you or someone else, and confidences and secrets. The house of charity, of the subconscious mind. Not too much, is coming from this transit, actually. It's just that you may be in touch, let's say, with a family member, or helping a family member behind the scenes or in secret. Maybe you don't want the rest of your relatives to know that you're involved with this relative, or you're helping them in some way. Maybe they're a bit of an outcast or something within your family. So not just your immediate family. I'm talking about all your relatives and stuff too. So could be something like that. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 4th house trines Jupiter in your 12th house of Pisces, and on the very same day, Venus in your 4th house of Cancer opposes Pluto in your 10th house of Capricorn. Not a bad thing at all, actually. You're still getting kind of like the same benefit that you got from Venus trine Neptune in your 12th house, only this is the Sun in your 4th house trine Jupiter in your 12th house, which is definitely help behind the scenes in some way or other. Okay, and on the same day, having this Venus in your 4th house oppose your 10th house of career, Pluto in your 10th house of career and social status, how you're viewed professionally or personally by the public. It's your personal and professional reputation. Maybe you are asking a favor of a relative or a friend of a relative to help you out in some way in regards to your career, or to put in a good word for you somewhere or other. Doesn't necessarily have to be family also. It could just be someone that you know really well Fourth house is also your personal life. So it's someone that you know well enough to ask them for a favor, to put in some kind of good word for you when it comes to your career or your status in some way, even your personal status. Maybe, you may possibly even want to be introduced to someone, and this could be something like that. You're asking to someone to intervene on your behalf and set up some kind of introduction. For Taurus, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 3rd house trines Neptune transiting in your 11th house of Pisces. Very nice transit here from your 3rd house of like your everyday life, the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of a day, like within your neighborhood. It's a big communication and travel house, a trine to your 11th house of friends, where you hang out, the group, like your gang or whatever, but any kind of group or organization that you belong to. It means that possibly you're having fun times or attending some kind of gathering with your friends. 11th house is also social media, 3rd house is also internet. So maybe you're just online, more or less socializing online. But it seems something that's pleasant enough. You may be involved in some kind of charitable organization though right now, possibly asking for donations on behalf of this organization. Depends on what it is. Okay. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 3rd house trines Jupiter, transiting in Pisces in your 11th house. And on the same day, Venus in Cancer in your 3rd house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 9th house of Capricorn. So you have these really nice trines from like your neighborhood, your neighbors, things that you do in your immediate area, to your 11th house of friends and associates, your most sociable house. So maybe you are getting together to do something. You may be part of some kind of gathering, or maybe you are the one that's gathering everyone together. The opposition from Venus to Pluto in your 9th house, not like a very big deal. I would have to say that having Pluto in your 9th house has changed some of your opinions on a lot of things. But right now, having this opposition from Venus kind of brings about a little bit of a obsession with possibly trying to get your point across or your views on something that you feel is important. You're trying to influence possibly your friends or a group of friends, or even a neighbor or siblings. The 3rd house is also siblings and aunts or cousins rather. Your cousins. So you may just be trying to sway people your way on something, but it's not that you're being very aggressive about it. You're actually kind of nice about it, So, but you're still trying to get them to possibly change their mind about something. For Gemini, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 2nd house trines Neptune, transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. So having Venus in your 2nd house of income and how you earn your money is attracting this very thing to you. Okay, Venus is attracting more opportunities to make or increase your income in some way. Trying to your 10th house of career just kind of enhances that in some way or other. You are letting people know that you're worth the effort, or that you're not just you're making, but maybe someone is making on your part in order to increase your income. That you have some kind of alluring nature about you that makes you worth it all. Okay, you're like L'Oreal. Okay, you're worth it. The hair color. Okay. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 2nd house trines Jupiter, transiting in your 10th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 2nd house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 8th house of Capricorn. So we're back to your trine to your 10th house of career, but it's also your social status, not just your, it's your public reputation and your professional reputation. So this is being enhanced by these trines. Okay, now this opposition to your 8th house where you have Pluto transiting right now isn't like a very big deal, but it does bring out a little bit of obsession with Venus and Pluto. Okay, and these are the two money houses, the 2nd and 8th house. So you may be really, you just can't get past a certain thing that you want. The money, you either want a certain amount of money or you want an luxury object or something, some kind of something or other, but you want to have this very thing. Okay, 8th house is other people's resources and money, so that maybe there's someone in a position to give you this very thing. So maybe that's what you're being sweet about it. Okay, but you're trying to I want to say lure someone into giving you what you want, but it's could be something tangible, like I said, a luxury item or something that you need or you want, but it could also be money. You are sweet talking your way into more stuff. Okay. For Cancer, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in your 1st house in Cancer trines Neptune transiting in Pisces in your 9th house. So having Venus in your 1st house right now means that you're very appealing. You could possibly do no wrong. You could still screw up and put your foot in your mouth or do something you had not planned on doing and still come out smelling like a rose. Venus kind of does that. It makes people view you in the best light possible, and you're very attractive at this time. The trine to your 9th house where you have Neptune transiting right now just kind of means that you maybe have made some kind of connection with someone spiritually, or your religious beliefs or your philosophy on life is the same. You have this in common with someone, or you possibly have met someone that you feel was a teacher or even some kind of guru in a way. Okay, or you could even be acting this way, or people perceive you in this very same manner. Okay, on Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 1st house trines Jupiter, also transiting in Pisces in your 9th house. And on the same day, Venus in Cancer in your 1st house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 7th house of Capricorn. So this really isn't too much of a big deal. The very nice trines from your 1st house to your 9th house kind of means that you have some kind of link with someone right now. Now, it could be 7th house where you have Pluto and Capricorn is close relationships. It's your partnerships, business, romantic, or even just close friends. With Venus in your 1st house and you kind of being the center of attention, especially with the Sun here right now, you're all lit up. You could be using your whatever, okay, to lure someone. Your alluring nature, how's that? Okay, to get your own way. You may even be really obvious about it. You know, you might really be a stickler on this one very thing that you want. Okay, having these trines to your 9th house kind of means that you're trying to get someone to change their mind, change their opinion, come over to your side, understand your way of looking at things, your view or something. And the opposition to Pluto is a bit of makes you a little bit like a fanatic. It's a bit obsessive. You may even figure that as far as romance goes, that it could be a minor thing, but in your mind it's starting to become an issue, that this person has to see things your way, or that's it. Okay, this is a bit manipulative, this transit, and you are the one doing the manipulation. Okay, so it's not real dominant right now, but in your mind, you're trying to maybe pull at someone's heartstrings to get them to do whatever you want. So for Leo, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 12th house trines Neptune transiting in your 8th house of Pisces. Very nice transit, having Venus in your 12th house of hidden matters, behind the scenes actions by you or someone else. Having Venus here kind of means maybe you are in touch with someone, maybe a romantic dalliance or whatever that possibly you don't want your friends to know about or anyone to know about just yet, because you're not really sure about where this is going, or maybe you are just attracted to someone at this time. However, this is the house of secrets, okay? And the 8th house, where you have Pisces and Neptune and even Jupiter transiting right now, is a money house. It's other people's money and their resources, okay? So you may be either giving someone the use of something that you own, lending it to them, or even just giving it to them, or you are on the receiving end of using something that you're borrowing something from someone, or even borrowing money from anyone actually. But this is all kind of hush-hush. It's not like a very big deal, and it's not a large sum of money or anything like that, but they're helping you in some way. However, both of these houses, the 12th and the 8th, are psychic ability houses, okay? So you could just totally out of the blue realize that you've had a psychic moment with someone, and it could be even that you are just thinking about someone, possibly an old flame or something like that, and then you either hear from them or you hear about them, okay? On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 12th house trines Jupiter, also transiting in Pisces in your 8th house, and on the very same day, Venus in your 12th house in Cancer opposes Pluto transiting in your 6th house of Capricorn. So this, it really isn't all that bad, having Pluto in your 6th house of the workplace, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, it's your house of health, your house of service. The opposition from Venus to Pluto, Venus in your 12th house possibly means that you are maybe trying to get someone that you work with to do something for you at work that you don't really want anyone else to know about, or maybe you are learning some kind of gossip about someone that you work with, or even about your company. Something going on at work, whatever. Not a very big deal, but it's just that if you are trying to get someone to do something for you at work, it's almost like a little wee bit of a manipulation. Okay, Venus opposed Pluto does bring about like a bit of an obsessive quality to wherever it's transiting. So you may be really in your mind, obsessed with wanting this very thing done, even if it's that you want someone at work to find out something for you, or to bring you something from work, or to do whatever. It doesn't even necessarily have to be about work either. This is also the house of service. So maybe you're trying to get someone to do something for you, because on the very same day, you have the Sun trine from your 12th house to your 8th house again, Jupiter, trying to get someone to possibly lend you money, give you something, do something for you, make some kind of effort or whatever on your part. Okay, and you could be just a teensy bit pushy about it. So for Virgo, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 11th house trines Neptune transiting in your 7th house of Pisces. Very nice transit, having Venus in your 11th house of sociability, socializing online or in person. It's your house of friends and acquaintances, any kind of group or organization that you belong to. So you are possibly seeing like more of your friends than you have been lately. Maybe there's things happening actually that you're able to attend now, because the Sun is here also. So you're just a little bit more in touch with your friends right now for pleasant times. Having Venus here brings pleasant times and even pleasant new friends, introductions to new friends. So trine to your 7th house of Neptune, of partnerships, okay, is your 7th house, and you have Neptune here. possibly, maybe your 7th house is close relationships, partnerships, romantic, business, or a close friend. Okay, so maybe your friends and your partner are getting along a lot better than possibly maybe they did in the past, or maybe they are joining in now. Maybe your romantic partner is more open to hanging out with you and your friends, or your business partner is more open to possibly meeting someone or doing business with some kind of organization that you're interested in. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in Cancer in your 11th house trines Jupiter, transiting in Pisces in your 7th house. And also on the same day, Venus in Cancer in your 11th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 5th house of Capricorn. So we've got this opposition from Venus in your 11th house of friends and fun times and attending parties or events, or just going out and socializing, opposing Pluto in your 5th house of fun and romance and creativity. And I really don't see a big problem here, just that because on the same day you do have the Sun in your 11th house trine Jupiter in your 7th house of partnerships. So I would think that your partner is going to go along with whatever you want to do on this day for fun. You may go overboard a little bit. Maybe that's possibly what this is as far as the fun thing goes. You may try to, Venus opposed Pluto is an obsessive transit. It brings about manipulation to get people to do stuff for you. And this could be something like that. It's not like a very big deal, I don't think. But if you're attending any kind of party or any kind of form of entertainment on this day, it could be pretty obvious that you are possibly doing this to someone. Not like a very big deal, but it may not make you look very good in like your friend's eyes. Okay, let's see, Libra. Okay, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 10th house trines Neptune, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. So 10th house is your career, your professional and personal status. Okay, 6th house is the workplace, where there's all kinds of stuff, weird stuff possibly going on here. You never know what to expect. Okay, having Neptune here. So maybe something is going down right now where you're kind of rubbing elbows with the higher ups, or in some kind of position for some reason to be in the public eye, and it's enhancing or helping your job or whatever it is that you do for a living. Okay, your co-workers and your company, whatever that you work for, they can't deny it, more or less. Okay, because the Sun is also here, so your outer persona is like out there right now. You're in the public eye for some reason or other. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the Sun in your 10th house in Cancer trines Jupiter, transiting in your 6th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 10th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 4th house of Capricorn. So it's a kind of minor, you may be put in a position right now of that ups your status in some way or other. If it's in regards to your job, it may possibly be taking you away from your family or your home life. That's what the opposition between Venus in your 10th opposing Pluto in your 4th house of your home life and family means. It's not like a very big deal, but you may spend an awful lot more time at work or trying to, climb the ladder of success or whatever, and in your family or your personal life is put on the back burner. Okay, it's not like a bad thing, but maybe someone that you live with may think that you're not paying enough attention to them or whatever. But it's to me it looks like you're getting help, possibly even from co-workers that are rooting you on or something in some way or other. You're doing something publicly that's enhancing your professional reputation. Okay, for Scorpio, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 9th house, trines Neptune, transiting in your 5th house of Pisces. So this is a very nice trine where it seems like you and your 5th house is your house of romance and fun and children, speculation, gambling, all kinds of stuff. So you are in tune. Your 9th house is many things, but it's your philosophy on life and your outlook, how your background denotes your feelings or your opinions, how you formed all of these things. Okay, so it's complementing whomever you may be involved with romantically, or even your children, or 5th house is also the house of creativity. So maybe you are in the middle of some kind of project right now, but with someone, and you have a rapport with them because you see eye to eye, period, and on many things, and this like enhances your ability to work with this person creatively. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the sun in the sun in Cancer in your 9th house trines Jupiter, transiting in Pisces in your 5th house. And on the same day, Venus in Cancer in your 9th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 3rd house of Capricorn. So not a very big deal at all. You've got that very nice trine from the sun in your 9th house to your 5th house, Jupiter. So this is really, really good news of some kind. You know, the opposition between Venus in your 9th house opposing Pluto in your 3rd house, not a very big deal. Both of these are communication houses. They're media houses, travel. Looks like maybe you could get some kind of communication even on this day. And it could be in regards to, let's say, a creative project, or something to do with children, your child, or even romance. But it's a good thing. You know, the planets together, Venus opposed Pluto together, are a bit obsessive. They are a time when maybe a little bit of manipulation comes into play, where someone could be communicating with you in such a way that they're trying to kind of force you to think a certain way or believe a certain thing, or they're just trying to get you to agree with them. It's not like a very big deal, but it's kind of apparent that they're doing something like this to you. For Sagittarius, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 8th house, let's see here, trines Neptune, transiting in Pisces in your 4th house. So very nice having Venus in your 8th house of other people's resources and money. Means that people are more willing to help you at this time. It's also a good time to ask for help, okay, or favors, whatever. But whatever people have at their disposal, a lot of times they're willing to let you either have or borrow. So this could be possibly money, maybe, that you are being gifted with, even for your home. Okay, having Neptune in your 4th house of your home and family life and your personal life, but it's the people you live with in actual physical home that you live in and the property surrounding it. So maybe someone is even giving you some kind of equipment or something to use for your home, or an appliance or something like that. You know, it's not like a very big deal, but somewhere down the line it could be. Okay, even if this doesn't occur at this very time, if you're asking for help or asking for the use of something, this would be the day to ask for that, even if it doesn't occur on this very day, whatever it is that you're the outcome. Okay. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the sun in Cancer in your 8th house trines Jupiter, also transiting in your 4th house of Pisces. And on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 8th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 2nd house of Capricorn. So these are very, very nice transits. Even that opposition from Venus in your 8th to Pluto in your 2nd, a little bit, let's put it this way. Okay, the sun in your 8th house trining Jupiter in your 4th is bringing really nice opportunities for you to expand in some way or other your home, okay, or within your family. But it's your home, I would have to say it's your home. Doing something or other for your home, either building on, or it could be redecorating, or just fixing up or something like that. But this Venus opposition from your 8th to your 2nd, where you have Pluto, somebody could be offering to do something for you. Maybe you need some work done around your house, and they could be, you know, say, oh, I'll help you, or no, you don't have to pay me, or something like that, which probably isn't like a very good idea, because to me it looks like Venus and Pluto in opposition brings about a little bit of obsession and manipulation. So somebody somewhere down the line, if you let them do something for you for nothing, it's not for nothing. It really isn't. There are strings attached to whatever someone is saying they're going to do for you. Okay, so they'll throw it up in your face whenever it's convenient for them. So just keep that in mind, okay? For Capricorn, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 7th house trines Neptune transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. Having Venus in your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships, and directly across from your planets in Capricorn, your rising sign, whatever, brings about very nice and pleasant times, it seems, in your neighborhood, okay, where you have Pisces. The 3rd house is like your immediate area, and the people that you would encounter throughout the normal course of a day, like in your neighborhood, your neighbors, people that you would see whenever you go shopping or something like that, whatever. So it brings about pleasant times within your neighborhood. So maybe you are actually doing something. 7th house, where you have Cancer, is close relationships and partnerships. So maybe you're doing something with a close friend, attending some kind of event or whatever that's going on in your neighborhood. This time of year, there's a lot of things like fairs or whatever, all kinds of stuff going on when it's nice warm weather. So you could actually be doing something like this on this day. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the sun in Cancer in your 7th house trines Jupiter, also transiting in your 3rd house of Pisces. And on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 7th house opposes Pluto in your 1st house of Capricorn. So we're back to this, you know, possibly, let's say, doing something in your area. Okay, this Venus opposed Pluto. Venus in your 7th house opposed Pluto in your 1st house kind of means this transit, especially in your signs right now, in the houses that it's in, brings about manipulation and obsession in a way, okay? And it's not that bad because it's Venus, but it's like someone, possibly, again, a close friend, a romantic partner, or even a business partner, trying to get you to do something their way. They want it done their way, or they want you to attend something at this time, okay? Having Jupiter in your 3rd house, okay, along with Neptune in Pisces, okay? Again, like I said, it is your immediate area, but it's also the house of contracts. Both 7th house and 3rd house are contracts. The written word is the 3rd house. Maybe someone is trying to get you to agree to something, maybe even sign on the dotted line, and they're being very sweet about it. They're not really being pushy, even though they are being pushy. It's passive aggression possibly coming at you, with someone just trying to manipulate your feelings even. Okay, if this is romantic especially, trying to get you to do something because they want you to, but it is, it's a bit of manipulation, so keep that in mind. Okay, for Aquarius, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 6th house trines Neptune transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces. So your 6th house is the workplace, the kind of work that you do. Your 2nd house is how you earn your money. It's income coming from work that you do. And having Venus in your 6th house kind of means that you're having pleasant or more agreeable times with your coworkers. The kind of work that you do, if it's creative, has a real flair to it right now because of Venus being here. If it's not creative work, you are beautifying whatever it is, your area, even where you work, or you are able to like buy or order something that your company's paying for that again beautifies your work or your area where you actually work. Trying to your second house where you have Neptune does possibly be maybe a promise of more income or a raise possibly that's not like too much. It depends, okay, because on Wednesday, June 23rd, the sun in the sun in Cancer in your 6th house trines Jupiter, also transiting in your 2nd house of Pisces, and on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 6th house opposes Pluto, transiting in your 12th house of Capricorn. So having Jupiter in your 2nd house, even briefly, brings about many opportunities to expand your income, bring in new sources of income. And that kind of looks like that's what this is doing. Maybe your workload has increased even at work, or even if you don't work at all or you're retired, there's still something going on that's different in your source of income or how you bring in money. Now this opposition from Venus in your 6th house to your 12th house of Capricorn, where there's 12th house is secrets, confidences, occurrences, or actions by you or someone else behind the scenes or done in secret. So maybe there's something going on possibly where you work, where maybe it's not like a bad thing. It does seem kind of minor, but maybe you are told to like keep it a secret or keep it under your hat, or maybe your company is doing something with clients that maybe isn't on the up and up, but it's not like a very big deal. Could be slight skimming going on there as far as money goes, or resources that the company has. Anything. Could be possibly anything. This is also the house of service, the 6th house, and you could be getting Venus and Pluto together in opposition is a bit of obsessiveness and in wanting something done. It's also a little bit manipulation, usually emotional manipulation, where you may have someone telling you that they don't have the money to pay you, and even though they do more than likely, or they're wanting to get a deal of some kind, or pay you less, or get this or that for free, or as far as it being the house of service, maybe someone wants you to do something, and they're acting like they can't live without it, you know, and you're the only person that could possibly do this for them. But somewhere down the line, it will more than likely affect you financially. Okay, for Pisces, on Monday, June 21st, Venus in Cancer in your 5th house trines Neptune in your 1st house of Pisces. Very nice trine from the 5th house of romance and fun, speculation, entertainment of any kind, sports, children. It's just fun. So having, the sun's here actually too, so this is the time of year when maybe you go on vacation or do something or other, but it looks like it's bringing out the best in you. That's what Venus does when it's trying your 1st house, more or less. So having Neptune transiting in your 1st house does bring about a lot of very sensitive, even otherworldly kind of feelings. You know, you don't have anything tangible to put your finger on as to why you sense this or feel this or that way, but this is just one of those transits that gives you some kind of a feeling of confidence in some way or other with your life, okay, or how you are affecting other people. On Wednesday, June 23rd, the sun in your 5th house in Cancer trines Jupiter, transiting in your 1st house of Pisces, and on the very same day, Venus in Cancer in your 5th house opposes Pluto transiting in your 11th house of Capricorn. So the very nice trine from your 5th to your 1st house is really good, actually. It's you're possibly doing something really fun, or you're seeing some kind of entertainment. It could be new to you, or it could be something that you haven't just done in a really long time that is reminding you of all of these things that you've always wanted to do. Even if you go see a film, when you leave that theater or whatever, you may think, boy, I'd really like to do something like that, or why haven't I, or I've always wanted to do this or that. You know what I mean? You could be exposed to something that reminds you of like who you really are, kind of, in a way, or used to be, or are becoming. But whatever, it prompts you to want to try new things. On the same day, though, this opposition from Venus in your 5th house to your 11th house of friends, okay, where you have Pluto, okay, you have all kinds of different friends coming into your life over the past how many years or so, but some of them try to manipulate you in some way or other. This transit, this Venus opposed Pluto, does bring about usually emotional manipulation, excuse me, or sometimes obsession of some kind, where it's kind of minor though, because it's just Venus, but you could have a friend excuse me, that may be trying to talk you out of doing something really fun, or doing something pretty spectacular. You know, maybe they may be secretly jealous that they're not able to do this also, or they're not able to join you, or they weren't even invited, they're not part of it, for whatever reason. But someone may be trying to change your mind in regards to even a romantic interest, or some kind of creative project, or something fun that you want to do. But like I said, it's something minor, but I really wouldn't pay too much attention to it. So I hope everyone enjoyed their astrological forecast for this week. Be sure to check out my monthly forecast. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, okay? And check out my Ask Me a Question. And there's also a link. All of these things are below in the description section. There's a link to my website if you would like to have your personal chart done. I will see you next week. Goodbye.